America. I'm exhausted, so please excuse the appearance. I wanted to close tonight with the culture war thing and where it's bringing the country. And before I jump in, I want to encourage the country to also look past ethnicity, origin, because if we don't change our thinking, we can't change the country for the better. Elitist commented today about, oh, it's funny how you're sitting there on the videos and you keep going on about the white man when you're white. No, correction. I'm Spanish. I'm 5% Spanish. I'm 10% Native American. I'm 4% French Canadian. 2% African American. And I'm about 70% Italian. I come from a lot of backgrounds, so I see things differently, genetically. I have a very vast amount of, I don't have a vast, but I have a very selective amount of origins in me. So I don't see things like everyone else does. But what I do see is what we've all been terrified of in my community for many years. And that's the rich white man. When I say the rich white man, I'm talking about politicians, big public sector, big dogs. Highly financially stable people. And then they do see color. I'll tell you that right now. And if you don't want to hear it, then you go find a fucking broadcaster that'll bullshit you and sugarcoat, because I'm not gonna. Because that's exactly what's going on in the Republican Party. See, if things were changed in the White House these days, Trump wouldn't be getting away with half the shit he's doing with Obama. Not even honoring the traditional class of presidents. We do not criticize leaders before us or after. We humbly shut the fuck up. But see, Trump is such a shitty leader. Obama couldn't, because he's a good person. Hop right on the fucking Zoom. Got a lot of people on that Zoom. And he did exactly what we needed a leader to do. Doesn't matter if they were in the office. It doesn't matter if they were out of office. Obama showed us the example of leadership. Trump got mad. How dare this black man fuck with my shit? How dare he get the Oval Office in the first place, is what Trump's line of thinking is. That's how he is. That's who he is. And that's the rest of government as well. What, you think Whitey's going to accept black power? You don't know your history. It's a political pivot, and they're all racist. Go look at their fucking backgrounds. I shit you not when I say Mitch McConnell's tight with the Ku Klux Klan and 10 other Republican congressional seats. That's not a lie. So America, I will tell you to worry about that. We're the only country that cares that much about immigration, besides the Middle East. The Middle East wants us gone because they always comment on my channel. I delete them for the respect of their privacy, just in case you're wondering. And a gentleman from Saudi Arabia laid it on me. The Middle East don't like America because they're ungrateful for what they've always had. We have been. Obama made sure we all had jobs and phones. Why do you think they didn't like that? Oh, the working class community has more power? Nope. That's not how it works in government, and I want the American people to start learning politics. I agree with every American that said this should not be a matter of politics, because it shouldn't be. It should be a matter of medical science and what is right. But it's not. It's all about power. And that's what the rich white man and woman's all about. Power. Don't care about your family. Don't care about the fact you can't find a job. The less you have, the more they save. That's American politics. So to cover Trump's recklessness, what else do you need to hear? The more reckless this fucking establishment becomes, the darker the times become. And Do I apologize for saying what I say about the president? No, absolutely not. Because if you start apologizing, you become powerless. I know what I know because I do the work to find out. And it's up to you again, American. Up to you again, to the American people. Whether you want to go with your tuition or you want to think your vote counts. You don't control the voting. The 1% control the voting. Donors, sponsors, they control your vote. And, again, to quote another leader from our past American politics, once you let them control what you eat, what you watch, what you consume, what you read, what you do, you lose the soul. And 70% of this American has lost their souls. Because if you ain't doing this, you don't feel. And if you're just sitting there trying to ignore it, I got something to tell you. You're not getting away from this unless you can pack up everything you have, get a plane ticket, and then proceed to move to another country. But until then, America, you are part of this situation. And what I wanted to say to conclude the video tonight, America, I don't come on here because I get paid. I come on here because unseen forces keep telling the conscious eye, give one to the people. There's people out there hurting. A lot of pain. There's people out there in my position 5 years ago. You have a car, maybe you have a family, and then all of a sudden they tell you to stay home. We have a huge problem in this country, we need you to stay inside. And then as time progresses on, you lose your vehicle, and then you lose your utilities. You lose your little social media, and then you lose your home. My heart also goes out to Los Angeles tonight, and Michigan as well. There's no housing program for you guys. I know. These are the problems we should be focusing on 110% of our media attention on national broadcasting. But they won't, because that's not the agenda. Which brings us, America, to objectives. So, America, it's up to you. Believe Mr. Five Nationalities, who's been to every side of the spectrum. Or believe your politicians that just want your vote. Want you to go back to work to keep their mansions, their children's education, their family's health care, their food. Because at the end of the day, we either come together or the revolution begins. Peace and love.